Welcome back to Theresa.is.Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. And if you're new here, welcome. I have an awful garbage mouth, and if you're not into that, or weird shit in general, this is not the place for you. Feel free to exit out the video here, no harm, no foul. But I'll remember our time fondly. If you want to jump straight to the overall review of the products, I'll leave a time code down below. Feel free to jump ahead. Guys, I want to talk about two things. First is actually a very, very special thank you. I want to say thank you so much to an individual on here named Max Vernon. Max is so fucking amazing and awesome, and I'm going to make sure to link all his shit down below. YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 whatever. Max was so kind enough to actually invite me to see one of his concerts. He was having like a 6-month residency at the Public Theater down in Lower Manhattan. He contacted me and was like, hey, I really like your videos. I would love for you to come to my show. And I was like, fuck yeah, bitch, I'll go. I'm also very thankful to him because not only did he give a ticket to myself, but he also gave me another ticket, which Alex couldn't come, sad, sad face. But I got to bring a good friend with me and we had a fucking blast. Not only was I was like dead center, like the perfect seats possible, but the show was fucking amazing, and it was something that I didn't expect. I'm not a big musical theater person, but this was just, it spoke to my fucking soul. And I'm not just saying that, like, this legitimately spoke to me in more ways than one, and there's one fucking song that stuck in my motherfucking head. The song is called Special, and it's just, bitch. Okay, so this is actually not from the performance that I went to, it was actually from last month's performance. It's such a good fucking song. It's just like, bitch, it speaks to me. I love it. 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 Fortunately, while this show ended, it was actually called Max Vernon, Existential Life Crisis Lullaby. He is also working on a show now about tattooed ladies, which he did feature a couple of songs from his new performance. And I was like, fuck, I never really cared about tattooed ladies, but now I want to know all about them. I want you guys to check him out because he's just so fucking talented, beach. And I love his little eyeshadow looks. By the way, what was really funny too is when he first came out, he had the most poppin' highlighter on, and I was like, just staring at his face. And then he told me his secret, it was actually eyeshadow, which I was like, bitch, I need to start putting eyeshadow on my face. He's a darling little dumpling, sweetheart, fucking baby. I love him. I actually also met some of his friends as well, and they were such sweet little angels too. They were so awesome, and it was just so nice to meet him afterwards and just kind of like just shoot the shit for a couple of minutes. I want you guys to go check him out. He's so fucking cool. I'm gushing over him, this little beach. I love him. He's amazing. And I want him to bedazzle me some fucking head dressing because I think that's what Theresa.is.Dead is missing. So Max, bedazzle something for me, or, you know, write me a fucking jingle. That was the first thing he said to me. He's like, you want a fucking jingle, bitch? I got you. And I was like, Theresa.is.Dead could use a jingle. Why not? Thank you so much, Max, for one, inviting me and just being an overall chill motherfucker. I love you. So go check him out. So the thing I want to talk about is actually movie theater etiquette. Now, I went to go see The Avengers yesterday, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a really good movie. I don't like going to the movie theaters, and a lot of it has to do with my misophonia. So if you're not familiar with misophonia, I am the poster child. If you look in the dictionary, there's a picture of me just doing this. Like, I hate it. Any little sound, any little that, or like crunching, or people opening their fucking mouths and chewing with like a cow. I hate them. I hate them so much. I wish death upon them. Like, that's how severe misophonia is. I really need to live on a mountain somewhere far away from civilization because the amount of times I just wish death upon people, it's getting up there. It's starting to be concerning. We actually went to go see A Quiet Place, and if you haven't seen A Quiet Place, personally, I don't like the movie. I hated it because it was just so stupid, but whatever. We're not going to talk about A Quiet Place, okay? We're going to talk about is the people in A Quiet Place. When I went to see that movie, I had a bunch of fucking 15-year-olds Snapchatting the whole time in front of me, giggling, and now this movie is like quiet, dumb quiet, like you can't hear anything. So the fact that I had to keep hearing the click on their phones and giggling, that was annoying. And then you hear loud people next to you just chewing and just obnoxious. I almost wanted to light the whole theater on fire because I was like, why can't people just shut the fuck up and enjoy the movie? But no, that's neither here or there. I was a little hesitant about going to see Avengers only because I knew it was going to be crowded and I just have to fucking deal with it. And The Avengers is 3 hours long. 3 hours long, which is like a fucking eternity. I really wanted to be as far away as humanly possible from people. So my lovely darling husband Alex purchased the tickets, and he thought he purchased tickets on the end, like meaning I would be on the aisle. No, it didn't happen. Poor bless his little heart. And instead there were 2 people right on the side of me, and then it was myself, Alex, and then, you know, the rest of the row. When we got there, nobody was pretty much in the theater, which was great. It was about maybe 10 minutes before showtime started. We sat down eating popcorn like civilized human beings when all of a sudden a family of fucking 10 shows up and they sit next to Alex. The dad of course, sits next to Alex. It just seemed pretty quiet. So right before the movie was about to start, these two young guys come and they sit on the side of me. They have a giant tub of popcorn, you know, the ones that are like literally 300 pounds, and they have a giant thing of fucking nachos. As soon as they sit down, I just hear, almost threw up on myself, because just the fact that people eat like that, they should automatically be marooned on an island. Like, you obviously don't know how to fucking control yourself. Put you on an island, go live your best life over there. Fuck you, don't want to hear from you. So I have Munchie McGee next to me just fucking munching away. And I'm looking at Alex like, I don't know how much I can take of this. And he's like trying to figure out like, oh, should we switch? Should we switch? At the same time, the guy next to him starts snoring. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know what's worse right now. Constant snoring from a fat old man or Munchie McGee's. I figured, you know what? Maybe they'll get sick of the popcorn. Maybe they'll get sick of the popcorn. Maybe they'll just put it down, and maybe I could just try to focus really, really deeply, intensely on this movie. And I'll just try my best, and I'll try not to elbow this guy in the fucking face. I would say probably his munching lasted for like maybe another 10 minutes or so, and then it stopped. He put the popcorn bucket down. Fine. Okay, cool. It was quiet. Then I start hearing them having a conversation. So for most of the movie, these two guys just talked. He just talked. And it wasn't even about the fucking movie. It was just about stupid shit in their life. Like, this girl's hot. What do you think about her? Oh, she got big tits. Like, this is all I'm hearing on the side of me. And I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck are you paying to come sit in here when you're just gonna fucking talk anyway? Why wouldn't you hold that conversation, put a pin in it, watch the fucking movie, go to Chipotle like everybody else, and then you could talk about how Tammy has big tits. I don't fucking care. I'm so angry right now. I feel like I missed half of that movie only because all I could hear was them talking about fucking Tammy and her big goddamn tits. And then occasionally they would reach and grab their popcorn and start munching like maniacs. So now I'm like, again, looking at Alex like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this movie because I might murder both of these guys. So while this is going on, the man next to Alex suddenly decides to wake up. And at that point, there happened to be like, I don't know, some maybe like a minute worth of dialogue that resulted in some sort of fucking dad joke. So the man next to Alex then just went, and that's how he proceeded to laugh throughout the whole fucking movie. And it was every fucking dad joke possible. Every lame dad joke. That man fucking tilted his head back, unhinged his jaw like a snake, and just proceeded to laugh. I think from now on, I'm just going to not go to the movies for fear of committing murder. Anyway, misophonia is ruining my fucking life, y'all. Fucking hate it. Oh my god. Anyway, let me know down below what your most horrible fucking movie theater experience is, because I feel like, you know, Quiet Place was pretty bad, but this yesterday was somehow worse. Although we did go see Black Panther, the guy next to Alex brought a giant hero with him, like a giant like sub sandwich, not like a fancy one or not even one from Subway, but like obviously like with tinfoil, like he made it in his house. It looked pretty sad, but it was huge, and he just literally held it like a cartoon character and munched away for about 45 minutes. So I'm never going to the movie theater. I need to stay home. I hate the public. Anyway, let me know down below what your horrible movie theater experiences have been, because I love reading about that shit. On today's video, we're going to be talking about a shitload of Hourglass products. Now, I can't really dub this video a full face. However, I can talk about mostly about face complexion-y products. I don't have the mascara, which I didn't like anyway. I'll link the video up in the corner. I just didn't fucking care for it. I didn't get any of the eyeshadow palettes because they just didn't interest me. I don't have a highlighter. I should have gotten it, but I kind of talked myself out of it considering I purchased a bunch of other stuff. And I didn't like the bronzer because I felt like the bronzer was kind of glittery. So I have tried that before, but I wasn't a fan of it. So here are the products that I do want to talk about, which would be the foundation, the translucent setting powder, the ambient lighting palette, as well as a blush. So because I have quite a few little products in front of me, I'm just going to read you a little bit about the product first and then give you my review. Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick retails for $46. A weightless waterproof foundation with long-wearing concentrated coverage and a custom triangular component for fast and easy full coverage on the go. This long-wearing waterproof formula provides up to 12 hours of coverage, contains double the amount of pigment versus traditional foundations, and adjusts to your body temperature to effortlessly blend into your skin. Multiple shades can be used to contour and highlight. So let's talk about this foundation stick. I don't like it. I've tried it for over a week now, and I feel like it just sucks. And I think I've been dragging my feet about doing this review because I honestly just didn't want to put this back on my face again. So one, packaging, stunning, Fifth Element vibes, love it, right? This is amazing. However, the product in itself is not so much. It says that it's full coverage. I don't feel like it is full coverage. I think it's medium but buildable. However, when I say buildable, usually buildable means like it still looks pretty good. I feel like when I try to add more product to this, it winds up looking very cakey, and it also dries the shit out of my skin, which is fucking annoying as fuck. I hate it so much. I paired this with a bunch of different primers. I still had the same experience every time. I moisturize the shit out of my face. I still have the same experience. It's like somehow this product removes the moisture from my face, and I find that it looks the worst around my nose. I don't like how it sits. It doesn't really melt into your skin. The product just sits there, and I hate when foundations do that. I've tried it with a brush. I tried it with a sponge. I like the sponge application the best. I also found that when I set it with powder and I don't set it with powder, I still get the same result of like this just dried oil kind of mess. It's a weird feeling. What I also don't like too is that like throughout the day, it starts to settle in my lines, and it's very, very creasy. I have little lines over here, up here, and like around my eye area. They've decided to pitch a tent there and just live there and camp out in my fucking craters, and I hate it. Do let me know down below if you actually like this foundation and you somehow made it work for you, because I can't get rid of this. I'm going to use it, but I want to be able to utilize this and not expire and sit in the back of my drawer. So if you have good helpful tips about this, let me know. But yeah, not a fan. I don't recommend this. Veil Translucent Setting Powder retails for $46. This setting powder blurs the appearance of pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for an airbrush finish. The innovative gold sifter and custom cap allow for the perfect amount of product to be dispensed. The formula is infused with diamond powder for the most refined light refraction without any flashback, and sets makeup for longer wear. This translucent powder, formulated without talc, leaves an invisible finish and is perfect for all skin tones. I love this thing. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. So I actually got this in the Beautylish Lucky Bag, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here, where I literally lost my mind when I got it, and I love it. It's fucking great. It's perfect. It's amazing. I love it. I like it because I have very fine lines under my eyes. I actually like to set my concealer with that particular powder. I actually usually use an eyeshadow brush, kind of like lightly like fluff it out in that area, and then I brush it away. It never dries me out. It doesn't look cakey. It always looks really good. As long as I'm having a good time with the concealer, then I don't have an issue with the product. It's when the concealer sucks. Unfortunately, that powder can't do shit for me. And not only do I use it to set my under eyes, which is my kind of primary use for it, but I love setting my whole face with it. I feel like everything just melts into the skin. It doesn't leave me dusty looking. It doesn't leave me overly matte. I just look like there's like a lot of life in my face. It looks very pretty. So here it is underneath my eyes. I feel like my eyes look fine. When I say compare this with Jeffree Star setting powder, I feel like over here just like dried me the fuck out. This, I feel like it just looks comfortable. It looks normal. It looks like how I normally look. I feel like it just brings my skin to life a little bit more without making it look like I'm wearing 15 fucking pounds of makeup. I will say though, if you do buy the sample size just to try it out, the sample size is annoying as fuck because I don't like how the sifter is. This product, what I like about it is that the sifter is quite perfect. You tap it out into the little cap area right here. It actually gives you the perfect amount of product. This is also great because a little product goes a long way. So while this is a little bit of a heftier price, this guy, you could actually make this guy last, which is really nice. Overall, the whole thing, the whole presentation is beautiful. I really do love Hourglass packaging in general. It just looks like very Fifth Element to me, and I'm living for it. I feel like the diva. I'm ready to do my song. I'm enjoying it. So if you were to pick this up, the sample size is going to drive you insane. Try to somehow fucking pop that sifter part off because you're going to be literally hitting the back of it so hard trying to get any product out of it. But if you do get a bigger one, the sifter works perfectly fine. I couldn't recommend that powder enough. It's very, very pretty. And for someone that is 33 approaching death, I think that it keeps my shit together. And what's not to like about that? Ambient Lighting Palette retails for $64. Ambient Lighting Powder is a groundbreaking collection of finishing powders that capture, diffuse, and soften the way light reflects on skin. Unlike traditional powders, which merely cloak imperfections, Ambient Lighting Powder utilizes photoluminescent technology to filter out harsh light and refine the appearance of the complexion. The powders deliver a multi-dimensional luminescence to every skin tone, making it appear softer and lit from within. The finishing powders enhance skin in any type of light, including flash photography. With 3 universal shades available in the Ambient palette, you can create any desired effect. I know I put this as my recommendation for the Sephora spring sale. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up over here. It's a fun little video where I just literally just yell beach for about 25 minutes. Anyway, here's a little palette right here. This is perfection. I recommended it because it actually works. Now, I've seen this palette on so many different YouTubers' Holy Grails lists, and I was like, you know what? I want to try it. And I initially wanted to get the Giant Lighting Ambient palette around the holidays, and lo and behold, it sold out because I was an asshole and I didn't pull the trigger fast enough. And I've been living on that regret ever since, and it's been killing me. I've been eyeing this palette, and every time I usually go to a Sephora, it's never in stock. And rightfully so, because this palette actually works really well. So when I went to IMATS, I was able to pick it up. Not only was it available, but it had a 30% discount. Now, if you were to pay for it full price, I believe it's $62. It's fucking steep. That's why I highly recommend picking it up during the Sephora sale, because while I do genuinely think that it is well worth the money for its price tag, it's just better if you get it on a discount. You get 3 different powders here. You get the dim light, the incandescent light, and the radiant light. I believe that's the order that it is. Honestly, these 2 powders here, I actually use and kind of set all over my face. And this one over here, this little bronzy guy, I actually like to kind of go over my contour and soften it up a little bit. What I love about using this product in conjunction with the translucent setting powder is that it melts into my skin so beautifully. A little bit goes a long way in this palette as well. So what I like to do is I take these 2 shades, I usually have like a large powder brush, kind of buff them in there, and I gently sweep across my whole face with it. I find that when I do that, all the products that are underneath it just meld better. They just meld together more seamlessly. Again, doesn't look like I have 15 pounds of makeup on. It just looks like that's what my skin naturally looks like, which is
fucking bananas, bitch.
I love it. It almost feels like butter on my skin, which is great. Oh, by the way, this is the Fenty Diamond Highlighter because, you know, I haven't worn it in a bit. I just really wanted to look like a sweaty alien slut today, so I just love how soft and nice it feels on my skin. It like melts everything together. Don't mind me, I am getting red because I was heated about talking about movie theaters. So that's why my face is red, so I'm sorry. But overall, I just like how it sits on my skin. And I really, really do love this more bronzier shade over here. I feel like when I use that and I buff it in, it takes out any sort of harsh line and it just looks softer and natural on my skin. Honestly, can't recommend it enough. I really, really think that out of probably most of my IMATS haul, this is the thing that I was so excited about having and playing with it and living up to the hype. There's a reason why this is on everyone's Holy Grail list, and rightfully so. I feel like this powder is so unique. I don't have anything like it in my collection. I can't think of any potential dupe that it could be. It makes your face look very ethereal looking. Like, I don't know, like it looks natural, yet you have this like healthy glow about you. You can also too use these to set your under eyes with, which I have. And I actually like when I do that as well because it actually brings a certain brightness to that area. I think out of all the products that I'm going to show you today, the thing that I would highly recommend, and if you wanted to pick up something or if you want to try anything from this brand, I would recommend this thing because of the fact that it's so unique. I'm just really a fan of how it looks on my skin. This is something that's incredibly worth the money, so I highly recommend this one. Ambient Lighting Blush retails for $40. The Ambient Lighting Blush collection features airy, lightweight blushes to flatter a range of skin tones. Hourglass's original collection of Ambient Lighting Blush fuses universally flattering ambient lighting powders with vivid cheek colors for soft focus, multi-dimensional color with a natural radiant finish. So I picked this up in the shade Luminous Flush, which is this beautiful pinky shade right here. This blush is so goddamn pretty. It is so nice and soft, and I think even though I fucking am not a big fan of this goddamn foundation stick, I loved using all my Hourglass face products in a whole. I think when you use the setting powder, the lighting palette, as well as the blush, gives this beautiful, soft, feminine glow that I'm experiencing, and I feel like such a lady today, even though I have a mouth like a fucking truck driver. I love it so much. I can't get enough of this blush. This blush is great, and I find that this is the one that I keep going back to time and time again because it's not overly pigmented. It's very, very soft. It kind of just gives like a beautiful beautiful like rosiness to your cheeks. It doesn't look garish. I don't even think you can make it look garish. I think even building that shit up, I don't think you're ever going to look like a fucking clown or like an Annabelle doll, for example. Like, I don't think it's possible. And I love how it just melts into your skin. And that's the common theme of today, is that all these products, with the exception of that goddamn fucking foundation stick, melt into your face perfectly. As for the shade range in this line, there are actually quite a few different shades that are just, they're beautiful looking, but this is the one that spoke to me the most because your bitch likes to look like a little piglet. It's just so soft and just so feminine. Ugh. Even like buffing it out with a finger. Beautiful glow, bitch. I love it. Also, I like that it has like a kind of a radiant finish where it's not straight up sparkle. There's a beautiful luminescent shine that just, I don't know, like I said, it makes my skin look better. I don't know. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just awesome. There are some mini sizes available, and I think they range for like maybe 20 or 25 bucks. But honestly, I have one little blush in a mini size, and I haven't even hit pan on that, and I've had it for almost a year. And I actually use that a lot, that blush. There's just something about Hourglass blushes in general. These are probably one of my favorite blushes. Also, the packaging, very similar to everything else here. It's just beautiful. The only thing that sucks is that while the packaging is gorgeous, you could see how disgusting it looks because of my little piggy hands. So everything that I have from this brand just looks like shit because of my natural fatty oils. So that sucks. But overall, it's a great product. If you were to pick up anything, I highly recommend getting the lighting palette. This, I think, is probably the most unique thing out of the whole collection, followed by these two guys because I think they're both equally as beautiful. I could say you could skip out on the foundation stick. You don't really necessarily need it. Let me know down below in general how you feel about any of these products, or if you're going to be picking them up, you're going to be skipping out, if you have different thoughts, different feelings, whatever. I like to know because I love hearing from you guys. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, out in the streets, in life, in the subway, whatever. And I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.